Hey, my name is Nikki. Roses are probably the most popular flowers in the world. They come in countless colors and variations, and every single one of them is simply beautiful. So, in today's video I want to show you 3 different ways to paint a rose with watercolors. The first thing I do is wake up the colors that are already on my palette. I mix some pink and red until I like the color, because this is a color combination I love the most to use for my roses. But you can, of course, use any other color that speaks to you. I add pigment to my paint mixture until it's quite opaque. And by the way, I use my Ohuhu Mixed Media sketch pad for this project and a Craft-A-Mo round brush in size 8. So let's get started. For my first rose I paint a C-shape. And then directly again a C-shape into that C-shape. Sounds a bit weird, but I hope you can see what I mean. And then another C-shape, a little more on the outside. And again, I think you already understand how it works. If that's done, I dip my brush into the water to rinse out some of the paint. And then I wipe off the excess water on my paper towel. Then I start to build up the petals around it. I add a little more pigment to the center of the petal as long as it's still wet, to give it more depth and dimension. Then I turn my page and do the same thing on the other side. And this is what I do now all around. In between, I rinse again some of the paint from my brush. The first rose is ready, so I'll start right away with the next one. I take the same color mixture again, but this time I add much more water. Then I paint the shape that I want my rose to have. And while I have to wait for the first layer to dry, I add some details to the center of the first rose that I've painted. Rose number 2 has dried in the meantime, and so I start to paint in the petals. But therefore I need again a little more opaque version of my color mixture. I start again in the middle of the flower. This time I just paint a little spiral into the center of the flower. And then it's time again to rinse a little excess pigment from my brush to then form the petals. And finally, I add a little more pigment to the center to give it more depth and dimension. And with this, the second rose is also finished. Time to look at the last flower for this video. I admit that my color choice is a bit monotonous here, so for sure feel free to play with some different colors. This time I start with a triangular shape. The entire rose actually consists only of triangles. These type of roses are a little bit different, but also just beautiful. And also not super hard to paint. So, I paint this triangular shape always in a circle around. I always look where I want to place another petal so that it looks symmetrical. And as I did it with the other roses, I paint the outer petals a little lighter by washing out the excess color from my brush. Then I add a few pretty little green leaves, and ready are our 3 watercolor roses. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my weekly videos. And now, happy painting, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!